Hello there folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us today, and we have survived the hurricane. It's gone, so it's another beautiful day here in South Florida. And what I wanted to do today is quickly talk about the 5 most useless features in a 2017 Chevy SS. So let's go inside and check them out. Now folks, before I start this list off, just a fair warning that this is a subjective list, okay? These are the features that I find to be useless that I don't use in this car. Some of you might use some of these options, although for the most of them, I don't really see, how a lot of people would be using those. So let's get to the list. Number 1 on the list is the heads-up display. I know it's a controversial one. I personally find this to be a useless feature because, number 1, I live in South Florida. It's sunny. If you wear sunglasses, you can't see it during the day. It's impossible. Another thing is that, I know that a lot of people like those, and I like those in some of the cars. I think they're done well. In this car, I think it's poorly executed. The display is very narrow. I know GM didn't, I don't know why it didn't spend extra 5 cents to make it wider. So if you move your head to the right or to the left, it cuts off, which is really, not a pleasant thing to look at. And the other thing is that at night, if you take your eyes off the road for like a second and you look back and that thing is right there in front of you, it startles me. It's like, oh my God, there's a car in front of me. So that, again, I don't like it. I find it to be a distraction. I'm not using that feature. Number 2 on the list of useless features is automatic parking. I have tried this once. You press it, you have to press it, you have to do something. It's like a lot of steps, okay? By the time I figured this thing out, I already parked the car. So it's really not automatic parking. Like, to me, automatic parking is that if I point a finger to a parking space and I say, car, park over there, and the car goes and parks over there, that's automatic parking. This is automatic steering at best. You still have to work the clutch and the gas and the brakes. Like, you don't need this. This is really useless feature, okay? And I know why GM is doing that. They just added a bunch of garbage that's sitting in the box so that they have a spec sheet that's very impressive. It's like, oh my God, this car has all these features. They're mostly useless. They're really crappy. So that's number 2. Number 3 on the list, and that too is controversial, but I find forward warning collision to be absolutely useless. I have it set to a lowest distance possible before it goes off. There's a setting on the steering wheel that allows you to do that. But, after driving this car for a while, what started to happen is that this thing goes off all the time. Especially if you're going, like during the day, if you go under a bridge, I guess the shadow from the bridge sets off the cameras and they think there's something in front of you, and it keeps going off every time I go under a bridge. And what started happening is that my brain developed sort of a muscle memory for it. So every time it goes off, I just ignore it. I don't pay attention to it. So, I'm afraid that what's going to happen is that, God forbid, it goes off, when really something is really happening, and I'm just going to ignore it, So that's number 3. Number 4 on the list is the lane departure warning, and I'm going to lump them together with the blind spot monitoring. Now, when I first got the car, the lane departure warning was on. Again, kept going off all the time. I turned it off, so I'm not using that. And the blind spot monitoring, it's a good feature. I like it, but the problem with it is that I don't own any other car that has it. And what happens is that when I go and drive another car, or older car, or car that doesn't have this feature, I find myself relying on it. And I feel like it's turning me into a crappier driver. So what I started doing, I started purposely ignoring the light. I have it on, but I started purposely ignoring the light. I still look to my side to see if there's anything there, because I find that a lot of these safety features are really, turning us into a crappier driver. That's what I think. Finally, number 5, most useless features on the list, of course, has to be OnStar. This button that, right here in the mirror. I know that some Australian cars, if you look at them, don't have it, but I bought this car, CPO, certified pre-owned, and I specifically asked the salesman. I knew that he kept telling me about this three month trial. I was like, I don't want it. I don't want the 3 month trial. Do not sign me up for this crap. I do not want this. Well, I get it home. A couple days later, guess what? this thing starts talking to me like I'm driving, and this like, oh, welcome to this. It's like, oh my God, I almost crashed. So, of course, the salesman signed me up, you know, regardless of my wishes, because he probably gets a, you know, a bonus or something out of this. Now, you know, I am not the one to wear the tin hat, but this thing is pretty creepy. So, what started happening is, like, you know, a couple of weeks after I bought the car, I started getting emails from OnStar. It's like, oh, we know you were in this location. You were parked in here, and there's a coffee shop next door. You should check it out. It's like, great. Oh, we know that you were going half a mile over the speed limit. Here's the nearest police station. You should surrender yourself. So I kept getting these emails, and it was really, really creepy. So I called them and yelled at them. I was like, listen, turn this crap off. I don't want it in my car. I never asked for this. They did, but you know, it's still here. I'm sure they can still do whatever they want to do, and you know, that's the world that we live in. So you know, you better get used to it at this point. So, folks, this is the list of 5 most useless features that I find in this car. I really wish that none of these were here. I think there's just extra stuff that's gonna break, but that's the way it is. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please subscribe, like, share, and thank you for watching. Bye.